Right, folks, how are we all? Now, there's a lot of news, well, bits of news, of it's the time of year when footballers wear, the captains wear rainbows, and they're basically told to wear a rainbow armband. I personally think it's a personal choice, and football shouldn't be involved in this. We can't even watch 22 men kick a ball about without some statement being preached to us. People talk of the Premier League and how it attracts players from all over the world. Well, the thing is, when you do that, when you attract players from all over the world, you attract different cultures and different beliefs and different ways of life. Man United, I've read here, I've got this copied and pasted. Copied and pasted, bloody brilliant, isn't it? Man United shelved plans to wear Pride-themed rainbow jackets supporting the LGBTQ plus community after a player refused to take part, citing his religious beliefs. Plans to wear the Adidas tops as they walked onto the pitch during last Sunday's Premier League match against Everton were abandoned after defender Nusser Zaori. I do apologise for getting your name, butchering your name there. I didn't mean to, but said he would not be able to wear the jacket on the grounds of his Muslim faith, according to The Athletic. The Athletic is the actual news agents that did it. It's almost as if it's being compulsory now to wear a badge or some kind of virtue signalling sign. It's like the taking of the knee before games. It's funny how a criminal died in America, and everybody, all these footballers start taking the knee and stuff. Yet when a black player gets monkey chance, nothing seems to happen. The crowd just play on. It's very rare that the team say, right, we're off. Which is, it just seems to be that I would hazard a guess that players leaving the ground because of that and supporting a fellow player who happens to be of colour will be more of an impact than taking the knee. But when you look at these things with the rainbows, you actually think, how many Pride? There's a Pride month. There's always a Pride day. You go to towns. I mean, they're having Pride events in Ashby and Loughborough and Colville and everything. And do these things actually achieve anything? I mean, they'll say, "Oh, it's to make people aware." Well, I'm aware. I'm aware that there's gay people. Yeah, happy now. Yeah, I could come out with the old classic line, "I've got a gay friend," which I have. And the gay friend I know hates all this rainbow stuff. They absolutely hate it. But it's not just the gay, bi, and lesbian thing. It's when you start going into the TQ plus bit. That's the problem that people are having. I don't want to see men in women's sport. I just don't want to see it. I don't want to see a man dressed as a woman in a women's only space. I don't want my daughter or my wife going into a cubicle where there might, or a changing room after doing sport or something, and some bloke who thinks he's a woman has got his meat and two veg out. I don't want that. And that's the way it is. I don't see. I mean, you look at the Irish player. I can't remember his name, who refuses to wear a poppy on his shirt. I to be honest, when I first heard of that, I was quite angry. But then when you actually sit down and think about it, the people fought the wars so that they have the choice to do this. It just seems that to be told to wear this rainbow armband and stuff is being forced on people. And it just seems wrong. I'm fed up with being told what to do. Wear this, give to this charity, wear this badge, buy this record, Band-Aid 40. What do you reckon to the Band-Aid 40? I think it's fucking awful. Absolute awful. There's too much happening in it. They've tried to put too much in it, and it's just awful. Well, yeah, so buy this record or drive this car or do whatever. Do the thing. Well, fuck off. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in that little clique of that kind of stuff. I'll decide what I want to do, what I want to support, because it's like when you go to a shop. I went to Morrison's the other day, and there was a bloke there, and he was collecting for a charity, and I went, I'm sorry, mate, I just do my own charities. I've got my own little charities that I give to, and that's it. And he went, fair enough. So I'll do what I want to do, not what you fucking lot tell me to do. These little signs of virtue are for the government, media, and these companies to measure the public feeling. That's all it is. It's like when they had the clapping for the NHS during COVID. It was just a way of measuring the public opinion. So I'm not into it. Footballers, right, teams and stuff like that, they don't really care. Or they want to play in fucking World Cup in Qatar or Qatar or where it's fucking called. Can't remember how you say it. For the World Cup, they wouldn't have done it. So why do they do this? Why do they wear a rainbow here now and laces here, but they'll quite happily go to Qatar and play in the World Cup or go and play there? It's just fucking unbelievable. I mean, Henderson, right? He used to make a big fucking song and dance about wearing his fucking rainbow laces, but he won't do it in Saudi, will he? No, he won't do it because of the fucking money. And how many celebrities and these companies say that they support LGBTQ? Yeah, right. There's a lot of companies that say they support LGBTQ. They're all here in this country or in America or France or wherever, and they're all fucking waving the rainbows, yeah. Yet when you look into these companies, they've all got a branch in fucking Dubai or somewhere in Saudi. You know, it's like I've seen some woman and she was driving for Lamborghini or somebody, and next thing I know, I thought, right, I'll just do a bit. She was waving the rainbow flag and saying how good it is to drive for Lamborghini and stuff. So you look into it, and they've got fucking garages in Dubai, and we all know what they think of gay people out there. So what you doing? It's like the Premier League as well. They'll do all this virtue signalling and trying to get it across to people that they care and they understand and all that, and they're inclusive and diversity and all that. Yet if that's the case, then the Premier League, stop taking millions and millions of pounds from Saudi to show you fucking games out there. Stop it. It's that fucking simple. Make a fucking stance and say, no, we're not doing it. We're going to stick with the LGBTQ and we're not going to fucking take money off them. But they won't. It's just fucking daft. It's 2024, for fuck's sake. Gays people had it really tough in the past. In 1835, I looked this up, men were still being hung for being gay. And men were still being locked up in the 60s for being gay. And it's just fucking ridiculous. But these people now, when they do all this rainbow stuff, it's virtue signaling. I just don't get it. Because when you look back through history of my history, right, I was born in 68. So you look back and you see all these other people like John Inman, Danny LaRue, Larry Grayson, Martina Navratilova. They were doing all this before when it was tough to be a gay person. Yeah. And then you move on to the 80s and the 90s, and you got people like Jimmy Somerville, Boy George, Holly Johnson, Stephen Fry, Freddie Mercury, George Michael, Elton John. They did more for gay people in the 70s, 80s and 90s without any of this money-making, virtue signalling bollocks. I just don't fucking get it. And then when you look back in the 80s even more, right, as a teenager, I remember the AIDS warnings site, the adverts, the commercials and stuff that were coming up about AIDS and the big fucking slabs that said AIDS and all that. And it was fucking terrifying. It was like, you know, people seem to think that COVID was bad. You look back at AIDS when it first came out and people were dying of AIDS and what it did to people and how it took the lives. Just look at Freddie Mercury and how it took his life. The government was spreading fear through everybody then. And it turned people against gays. I can remember, and I'm quite ashamed of this. I mean, I don't fall for any of this fucking bullshit now. But when I was a 17, 18-year-old, me and my dad were fitting some double glazing at a gay couple's house in Nottingham. And they made us a cup of tea. And they were a nice couple. They were great. They were fine. There was nothing wrong with them. But because we got this AIDS thing being rammed down our throats all the time, I was scared to drink a cup of tea in case I caught AIDS, because I got it into my mindset that the government had done this and everybody, don't do it. You catch AIDS. And I was quite ashamed to say that I used to tip my tea away that they made me. And I'm really, do you know what? I don't get embarrassed about many things. But I am embarrassed about that, and I should never have done it. So basically what is happening is these organisations are using players and teams as a pawn to see what the public feeling is. They don't give a fuck about LGBTQ community. Yeah. It makes you wonder I wonder if this ever happens in the workplace. If you walk into work one day and you put your overalls on and somebody says, right, you got to wear this gay pride LGBTQ thing on it. I personally wouldn't do it because I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for the virtue signalling thing. And I'm guessing nowadays that there's a lot of people out there who will also agree with me. Like I say, I've got no problems with the LGBTQ, the LGB, the lesbians, gay and bis. It's when you start looking at the trans thing where, and I would hazard a guess that there's quite a few footballers who think that as well. So, but there you go. Put your comments down below. Not expecting you to like this video. I'm expecting to get a bit of fucking comeback on it, to be fair. No doubt that Dominic fucking idiot will be on there going on about me. So if you see Dominic, people, with he's got glasses and a fucking shit haircut, if you see him, just leave him a nice little message and say hello to him. All right, folks, laters.